Hi fam, it's been a hot minute since my last build update, and thank you to all those who checked up on me and helped behind the scenes to keep the engine running. Not only did I want to share with you one of the lovely views that I get to enjoy on my way to get supplies, but I also have so much to update you on, starting with the latest updates on the build. I'll take you room by room to show you where we're at, and it wouldn't be a build update without a cost breakdown also, so I will share costs up to date with you as well. If you are new here, I'm Sammy, and a big welcome to my channel. Now on to what I've been up to all summer. At the beginning of the summer, our builder gave us a list of things to complete and officially handed off the project, and we closed the build. However, I still held the responsibility of getting this off to final inspection. Well, along the way, things were very busy, and of course it was inevitable that some snags were to be experienced and some delays. After delay after delay. For starters, I decided to close out my rental and live with family until occupancy was accomplished. That move was not easy as I had planned, and this meant I really had to purge all of my stuff from my old house that was almost 3 times larger than this house. My first week after leaving the rental, a huge storm took the power out for about 3 days with 30+ degree temps. Thank God for this generator, as we were able to power the whole house with it, including the air conditioner. Also thanks to this mighty contraption called a GeneraLink. I just learned about it. It is a lifesaver and I highly recommend it. Some of the delays were due to some kinks here and there in the installs that needed to be smoothened out. No issues to get them fixed, but some things just required trial and error based on our custom solutions, and that took time. The summer is generally very busy for trades and contractors, so some coordination was required for availability. A huge objective this summer was that I wanted to start my journey for one of the most important self-sustaining solutions of them all, which is having a food source on property. I had all intentions of starting my garden. I spent the latter part of the winter preparing for last frost date, and I had a great start on my seedlings, and as you can see here, I got over $300 worth of soil delivered and some planters ready. And then this happened. The day after the soil was delivered, this beautiful creature called a snapping turtle decided to make a nest out of our $300 pile. I had no clue what to do, so I went to Google. And Google said not to disrupt the nest and its surroundings, as I could damage the eggs. Further research also said that it could take 60 to 90 days for them to hatch. And if you know me at all, you would know that I am a huge animal lover, and killing what could almost be 100 eggs would scar me for life. While I was carefully deliberating about whether to spend another $300 on another pile of soil, this happened. Ow! That hurts so bad. Ooh. Don't worry, fam. Nothing broke and my dignity was still intact. But I had a very badly injured shoulder. There wasn't anything monumental that happened. I just made one bad move after another, sparks occurred, and then I couldn't move my shoulder without agony for at least 2 months. What this forced me to do was have a very relaxing summer. Work in the house was very slow but did not stop. Hence, this is why we are here almost 4 months later. I'm sorry, fam, for the delay, but without further ado, here are the latest updates. No, this is not the reveal update just yet, but you will see that the house is starting to come together. Picking up where we last left off, drywall was installed, and then we were waiting on the flooring to be installed. As you will see in the video, although the first coat of paint is up in most areas, the finishes have not been completed, including caulking and painting all the trim, baseboards, and all the doors. You'll also notice some missing backsplash, shelving throughout the home. And as well, if you see anything out of place or missing, it's probably because we have delayed or deferred that for one of our DIY projects. I decided to go with a neutral, organic, and wood tones for the overall design. I selected a luxury vinyl to go with the rugged exterior and whatever hazards the lakeside homestead would offer. I used the same floor throughout the home except for the bathroom. The cabinets are finished in thermofoil. The brass handles I sourced from Amazon, which cost all under $100. And the countertops are quartz and are a simple off-white, almost ivory finish. with goldish bronze veining. The appliances are a mix of different brands. For me, aesthetics are important, but function is more critical. I also knew that I needed a second freezer, but didn't have the space for a chest freezer. So I found a fridge-freezer combo by Samsung called the Bespoke series. Luckily, they had an assortment of colors to choose from, so I was able to pick an off-white to match most of the kitchen. Much more work to do here, and I'll share these projects in future DIY videos, such as the range hood cover, the pantry, and the backsplash. Another key area that is not really as exciting as the rest of the house is the stairway. I wanted to highlight this as I just love it so much. You can't actually see the steps here as it's covered with protective covering, which I do not plan on removing until I'm ready to move in. I chose solid oak steps and a banister with glass instead of pickets. Such a simple design, but it ended up becoming such a statement piece. I get the most compliments about it, more than most things in the house. Now I ended up bleaching the railings just before the glass was installed. I plan on sharing this experience on a future video. Believe it or not, this is red oak, fam. And just look at how much I took the pink out and pulled the grain out as well. By choosing to do this instead of choosing white oak for my material, I managed to save thousands of dollars. Next up, I want to share with you the living area, but primarily the new wood burning stove. I carried the same luxury vinyl to the family room and tiled the area where the stove was to be installed. Aside from the flooring, not much has changed here since the last update, except for the addition of this hot commodity. I carried multiple tones from the log cabin in the tile I selected. As I mentioned in my previous video, this model is not necessarily my preference as it does not quite have the modern edge I wanted, but it is cute enough and large enough to heat the house all night without breaking the bank. I wanted to share an update to the smallest space in the house, the powder room. As you can see, we were able to fit a 12 by 12 inch vanity as well as fit a small stool to temporarily put your belongings. The space will be getting a few accessories, including a mirror, towel hooks, some secret storage behind the toilet, and of course your girl has to add a little love on the finishes. If you remember the bathroom layout, we have half walls throughout the room as this is the original log cabin underneath the drywall. I opted for a double shower with rain shower heads and a bench. I selected vertical stacked subway tile throughout the shower in white and gray and off-white floor tiles. And here is the final shower with glass door and enclosure. This was the last thing scheduled on the plan but took almost a month to complete. I decided to carry the brass hardware to the bathroom as I chose in the kitchen. I also found this vanity with this neat, unique sink from Wayfair on sale, as well as these arched twin mirrors. The sconces I originally ordered were out of stock, so I opted for these minimalist sconces in the meantime. I will be installing a linen closet in the future, so stay tuned for that. Remember this empty space? Well, this is the laundry room. I also carried the same vinyl flooring to this space as well. Now, what homestead would not be complete without an old farmhouse sink? If you remember from the first video, this is the original sink from the cottage pre-demo, and here it is now. Refinished and repolished. A local woodworker agreed to make this custom vanity at a very reasonable price, as it's also made from reclaimed wood with a barn built in the 50s. I highly recommend him for your next piece. Now, this space still has a few things pending, such as a solution to hang to dry items and something less of an eyesore for the dryer vent. These solutions I will share in future videos. There really isn't much to share with the bedroom, as not much has changed except for the finishes, such as the flooring and the baseboards. The closet storage and shelving solution has not yet been installed, and light fixtures still need to be installed. I will also share these installs in future videos. External light fixtures were installed and complement the semi-modern yet rustic combination of the exterior. In preparation for the inspection for occupancy, there are a few tasks that need to be completed, such as railings for these stairs and all possible exits. Some additional changes will need to be incorporated to ensure safety and that we are able to pass the final inspection. As promised, I want to share with you the latest cost for the project. Last time I went through the cost breakdown, we broke it down for what was incurred between day 100 and day 200. And as you could see, we spent a total of $363,000 up to day 200 for the project. Now I'm going to go through the additional costs incurred since then and the key categories representing each line item. Just to note, these totals are in Canadian dollars and are before any applicable taxes. Now let's get to it. The remaining and final garbage disposal fees came up to $1,400. The remaining and final portable toilet fees came up to $980. Remaining HVAC costs, which includes only the final installation and balance of wood-burning stove, came up to $4,600. Remaining electrical costs came up to $7,000. This includes purchase costs of all light fixtures. This also includes final installation and inspection of anything electrical, including hookup to the city. Remaining plumbing costs came up to $15,500. This includes final installation and testing of all water requirements, including 2 water heaters and water treatment systems. The plumbing fixtures, which includes all faucets, pot filler, shower fixtures, sinks, drains, and toilets, this all came up to $8,200. The luxury vinyl planks throughout the whole house came up to $12,800. Tiling, which includes the bathroom floor and shower, and also includes a tile under the wood-burning stove, this came up to $14,600. Trim and paint came up to $10,200. This includes the remaining trim, baseboards, and doors to be installed with hardware. This also includes the total cost for the painters and the paint. We did have huge savings here as I opted to finish the painting. Now this also includes a cost of $2,000 for eavesdrop costs that I decided to do midsummer instead. Kitchen millwork came up to $36,200. Although this is one of the larger ticket items on the budget, it really is very reasonable considering this is a custom design layout with full quartz countertops, including the huge island. The cost savings were in the thermofoil cabinets that we were able to select the slim shaker cabinet door design. Hardware costs less than $100 off of Amazon and are of decent quality. Appliances came up to $9,600. This does include all new kitchen appliances with an extra column freezer and the washer and dryer. Laundry finishes includes the custom vanity, refinished antique sink, and cabinets. This came up to $1,000. The bathroom finishes includes the bathroom vanity and glass shower enclosure. This came up to a total of $6,000. And lastly, the remainder of the staircase with full glass enclosure and oak railings. This balance came up to $2,300. Now our total for all of the finishes to date is $130,380. And this is since our day 200 cost breakdown, which brings our total project cost of $494,000. I did not mention before, but this does not include our original land purchase price. Once again, don't be discouraged by the totals you see here if you're considering to move to a rural area. The numbers I've shown you in each cost breakdown are still less than a custom build anywhere in and near the city. In the current market in my old neighborhood, you could find a 2-bedroom home between $400,000, which is most likely a condo, and then upwards to $1.5 million for the same square footage. Now, as I've mentioned many times before in the past, I didn't move out here to save money. I moved out here partially to enjoy being a homesteader and to remove myself from the city. There are many more factors to why I made this jump, but that is for another time. There's still so many things that I have opted to do as DIY projects for the weeks and months to come. I also need to finish some items related to passing my final inspection, which won't look as pretty but are pertinent for this build. Well, fam, if you made it this far, I'd like to thank you for taking interest in my journey. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and get notified of the next video. Again, fam, thanks for joining us today and bye for now.